For years, Superman was the end-all be-all when talking about the most powerful characters in comics, or any medium really. But over time the Man of Steel has lost some of his luster. The post-crisis era of DC Comics may be to blame, or maybe his defeat by Batman and The Dark Knight Returns. Now there are new contenders to his title, such as Goku. And then there's Saitama. Win-loss record, Saitama. When you beat all your opponents with just one punch, it suffices to say you're going to have an undefeated record. If Saitama focused on his winning streak instead of his lack of challenging opponents, maybe that could rejuvenate the thrill he is otherwise missing. Superman, meanwhile, sure seems to lose a lot for a guy that's supposed to be unbeatable. Batman beat him down, Doomsday killed him. Saitama hasn't even had a scratch on him, and Superman was beaten so bad he died. Not a good start for the Man of Steel. Powers, Superman. Saitama's strength is obviously off the charts, not only seen by his punching but also his invulnerability. He's also extremely fast, and his super speed rivals that of nearly any speedster out there. Superman has super strength and super invulnerability as well, along with super speed. But unlike Saitama, Superman can fly. And he has heat vision. And X-ray vision. And freeze breath. Plus so many other powers that have come and gone over the years. This is why Superman is always among the elite superheroes of any universe. Lack of weaknesses, Saitama. Because he has never been pushed in battle, it is unclear to this point if Saitama has any weaknesses. Based on what's been seen so far, it would appear that he doesn't. To be fair, none of his opponents have gone looking for any, opting instead to try to use brute strength on him, which has never ended well. Superman famously has quite a few weaknesses. Everyone knows kryptonite can kill him. But he's also susceptible to magic. And he loses his powers under red sun radiation. Saitama may not need any of those things to beat Superman, but knowing they're out there definitely tilts the odds in his favor. Rogues Gallery, Superman. Because One Punch Man has obliterated every villain he's faced, he's been unable to build a proper rogues gallery. And when a hero is only as good as their villains, that's going to cost him some in the rankings, which could be why the Hero Association still has him stuck in the B class. Superman's villains, meanwhile, are so fantastic they are just as well known as he is. Lex Luthor is one of the best villains of all time. Bizarro had a whole episode of Seinfeld centered around him. And the list just goes on and on. Strength of enemies, Saitama. Just because Saitama beats his enemies while barely exerting himself doesn't mean they are pushovers, it's just a testament to Saitama's astronomical strength. If any of his villains ever invaded the Marvel or DC universes, it would be an all-hands-on-deck situation. While Superman's villains are certainly some of the strongest out there, he also has his fair share of lame ones. And he keeps struggling against them. Come on Superman, how many times are you going to step on Lego's fighting toyman? Team support, Superman. Whenever Superman needs help, the Justice League is just a phone call or text away. Superman may not even need a phone at all with the powerful telepath Martian Manhunter on the team. Just the thought of help and they'll be there in an instant. The situation has yet to arise where Saitama asks for help, but if he ever did, most of the S-class heroes likely wouldn't respond. Even Genos would be like, Master Saitama never asks for assistance, is this what he calls a joke? Some B and C class heroes may show up, maybe even an A class or two, but they'd be outgunned against the Justice League. Disciple, Saitama. Speaking of Genos, he is Saitama's disciple whether Saitama likes it or not. The irony is that in terms of Hero Association rankings, Genos outranks him. But just seeing Saitama in action once was all it took for Genos to realize Saitama's great skills and ask to learn from him, even though he's already a formidable hero himself. If Jimmy Olsen were Superman's only disciple, he'd be in a heap of trouble. Luckily there's Superboy, who Superman does take in, to an extent, though not quite enough to qualify as a true disciple. Then there's his son John, who will one day make a great hero, but is still learning the ropes and isn't quite ready for prime time. Secret identity, Superman. Superman Clark Kent is one of the greatest secret identities in all of comics. As if two names weren't enough, his birth name was Kal-El, before he arrived on Earth and was discovered by the Kents, where he learned the morals and values that made him beloved as Superman. Despite the show's title, no one called Saitama One Punch Man, a name he might not mind. Instead, he was assigned the name Caped Baldy, a name that doesn't inspire much awe from the public. He himself despises the name so much he just goes by his regular name when he's in the field. Strength, Tai. Saitama's feats of strength are far too many to recount, but perhaps his most impressive was when he jumped all the way from the moon to Earth to resume his battle with Burroughs. Never skip leg day at the gym. If you think Superman's powerful now, you wouldn't believe how strong the pre-crisis Superman was. He used to move planets like they were feathers. Part of the reason his powers were toned down post-crisis was that he was simply too OP and it was hard to believe anyone could challenge him, which is currently Saitama's everyday life. Winner, Saitama. The two are so evenly matched that only a face-off can settle it, which could go any number of ways. Maybe after some initial back and forth, Saitama lets loose and punches Superman into the sun. Saitama assumes he's finished, when actually Superman is absorbing extrasolar radiation. He returns and hammers Saitama into the Earth's core. Saitama jumps back to the surface, and they both realize they can't completely let loose against each other. Regardless of the actual outcome, Saitama comes away a winner for having finally found an opponent that won't go